Greetings. Today is Saturday, July 22, 2023. This is meteorologist Ruben Garcia speaking. At the time of recording this video, it is 7 o'clock in the morning local time in the Eastern Caribbean, where we are closely monitoring Invest 95, a low-pressure system with a high probability of becoming a tropical depression as it approaches the Caribbean region. In this video, I would like to provide an update on the forecast for Invest 95 after the latest runs of the global models last night. Overall, I have some good news to share, as the models are showing reduced probabilities of development and indicate that this disturbance will likely remain as a tropical wave when it reaches the Caribbean region. However, it is still essential for residents of the Lesser Antilles to remain vigilant, as heavy showers and possibly some flooding are expected during the upcoming Tuesday and Wednesday. In the satellite image, we can observe that Invest 95 has been steadily developing thunderstorm areas near its center of circulation over the last 24 hours. This is why the National Hurricane Center maintains a high probability of it becoming a tropical depression before reaching the Caribbean region. As we zoom in on the visible satellite image from this morning, you can even see that it has a fairly well-defined rotation at lower levels of the atmosphere. In theory, Invest 95 is close to becoming a tropical depression. However, the visible satellite image also shows that easterly wind shear is pushing the thunderstorm activity to the west of its center, which is limiting its cyclonic development. At 2 o'clock in the morning, the National Hurricane Center kept the chances of development at 70% for the next 7 days. I suspect that at 8 in the morning, they will either maintain it at 70% or reduce it to 50 to 60% because, as I mentioned a few minutes ago, the global models no longer show significant development for this disturbance. Nevertheless, it cannot be ruled out that it briefly becomes a tropical depression. Fortunately, it will be accelerating towards the Caribbean, and conditions are not expected to be very favorable for strengthening. One of the main reasons is the presence of dry air surrounding the system, as indicated by the red colors on the satellite image. This dry air interference is forecasted by the best global models, which is why they predict it will remain as a tropical wave. The strengthening of the high pressure in the Atlantic, as shown in the graph, will lead to strengthening trade winds from the east during this weekend. These conditions will not be very favorable for significant organization of Invest 95. We can observe this strengthening of the high pressure on this graph, where during this weekend, the high pressure will be intensifying, thereby reinforcing the trade winds from the east. This will create conditions that are not very favorable for significant organization of Invest 95. Additionally, there is better consensus among the models today. They all continue to forecast a westward movement, with Invest 95 arriving at the Lesser Antilles on the next Tuesday. Then, it will continue its westward trajectory, passing south of Puerto Rico and the Dominican Republic. Under this scenario, some effects are expected in the southern half of the Lesser Antilles, but for Puerto Rico and the Dominican Republic, the heaviest rain and strongest winds should remain over the Caribbean waters. Furthermore, the intensity models now show a much weaker system. In fact, most of them don't even develop it into a tropical storm. The majority maintain it as a strong tropical wave or a tropical depression, which is also a favorable trend in the forecast. The GFS model ensemble also shows a considerable reduction in the number of members that predict a tropical depression. Only one of them brings it as a tropical depression or tropical storm to the Caribbean region. This is a very low percentage, which means that the support for cyclonic development according to the GFS model members is decreasing. The same trend is observed in the European model ensemble, where basically none of them predicts a tropical storm in the Caribbean region. This represents a significant reduction in the chances of development, as shown in the image where the European model indicates only a 20 to 25% chance of tropical depression formation. These are definitely good news. Although there is still a high probability of Invest 95 becoming a tropical depression, it shouldn't pose a major risk to the Caribbean region, except for some heavy showers that may affect the Lesser Antilles. The radar projection shows that the showers associated with Invest 95 will approach the Caribbean region during Monday night, and on Tuesday, strong showers will affect much of the southern Lesser Antilles, including Barbados, Dominica, Martinique, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and Grenada. Some of this rain may also affect Trinidad and Tobago. Later, Invest 95 will head west, passing south of Puerto Rico and the Dominican Republic. Although an increase in moisture is expected between Wednesday and Thursday, resulting in some showers in the south and east of Puerto Rico and over the Dominican territory, the rainfall accumulations should not be significant, except for the islands south of the Lesser Antilles, where 2 to 3 inches of rain, about 60 to 80 millimeters, are forecasted. This rain will mostly fall during Tuesday. Tuesday will be a rainy day for the southern Lesser Antilles, with the potential for flooding. However, the heaviest rain should remain south of Puerto Rico and the Dominican Republic. That's all for the morning update today. It's definitely good news. Nevertheless, I will continue to monitor the evolution of this disturbance in case of any significant changes. If there are any important updates, I will notify you with another video during the day. We'll be paying attention to the National Hurricane Center's 8 o'clock update. Until then, have an excellent day, everyone.